Hello all. While hoping for the best in the Holy Land, we're back to the second half of the excerpt from The History of the Marranos by Cecil Roth. The experience resonates with the tragedies of today. We had the skeptical New Christian who believed a phenomenon was simply caused by light being refracted, so we're up to April 19, 1506. He's dragged out of the church. General conversion in Portugal, page 65. And butchered, his body being dragged to the principal square, the Rocio, where it was burned. Attention was then turned to his brethren in disbelief. Two Dominican friars, one of them an Aragonese, paraded through the streets with an uplifted crucifix, crying "Heresia, heresy," and summoning the people to avenge themselves on the enemies of the faith. The mob was joined by German, Dutch, and French sailors, whose ships were lying in the harbor. A terrible massacre began. On the first day, over 500 New Christians were murdered. Babes in the cradle were not spared. Women seeking refuge in the churches were dragged out and put to death, their bodies being committed to the flames. On the next day, the scenes were repeated. One of the last victims was the tax farmer João Rodrigues Mascarenhas, the richest and most hated man in Lisbon, who was done to death in the Rua Nova amid the rejoicing of the mob, his house being subsequently demolished. Women showed themselves foremost among the rioters. A German eyewitness, a Christian, gives a graphic description of the horrors which took place. On Monday, I saw things that I would certainly not have believed had they been reported or written, unless I had witnessed them myself. Women with child were flung from the windows and caught on spears by those standing underneath, their offspring being hurled away. The peasantry followed the example of the townspeople. Many women and girls were ravished in their fanatical pursuit. The number of New Christians slain is estimated at between 2,000 and 4,000 souls. Isaac ibn Faraj, a Hebrew writer, provides a gruesome sidelight. He managed to remove from the ashes part of the burned skull of one of his dearest friends, which he was subsequently able to bury at the Jewish cemetery at Valona. Anyway, that's it for page 65 of the History of the Marranos. The point is, even if Hamas, or whatever autocratic discriminatory regime, succeeded in converting most of us, or crushing us, for the time being, we would never live in complete peace and security. History repeatedly supports this. Stay strong, everyone, and hope for better times.